Okay, Monday morning in the kingdom, and it's 2024, so happy New Year's to everybody, and we survived 2023, we survived 2022, 21, 20, yes, and everyone says this year's going to be better than the last. Well, guess what? It only gets worse as you get older. Yes, this morning we woke up to -2 Celsius, but feels like -7. It's windy out here, can you tell? I have to hide behind the caboose. All right. On the yo-yo scale, +28, but feels like +19. Oh, these lips are having troubles. All right, so we got this here. Oh, I'm hurting today. And I didn't even celebrate New Year's. I kind of fell asleep. I worked too hard yesterday, but we got everything done. And Kijiji's finally running normal for the first time in its life. Okay. So Amazon has my book, my second book of my writing career, Life in the Kingdom. It was written back in 2008. Yes, and it's free as an ebook from January 1st to the 5th. So that's 5 days on Amazon, 4 days on Sesame Street. This is the black cover edition. That's the first ones, okay? They came out in 2008. And then in 2020... we switched them over to the Amazon edition, so they have the lighter color, which is cheaper to print. I don't know what I was thinking with these colors. It was very expensive to print. Yes, okay. All right. So enjoy the book. These black cover books are rare. They're on eBay and stuff for a lot of money if you buy them. Yes. All right. I untangled the flags, so they're going to tangle themselves back up. Oh, that's a wind. Oh, the voice is just unreal. So today, we want to get Aggie in the shop because Free Fall is in the shop. I sure do like these new doors. I open and close them with ease at my age, not like the other ones. Oh, those other ones caused me a lot of grief and stress, and I had to drink a lot of beverage back in the day. All right, so Free Fall's in the shop. Hopefully he's done today, in and out, just like my honeymoon. All right, so just a quick scroll here because the me phone's going to censor me because it's windy. See, I'm hiding behind the caboose to stay out of the wind. But when I go to check this to see if it recorded, it probably censored me. Start the year off, the new year off correctly by being censored. All right, one full rotation, and I'm almost dizzy. All right, we better go. Here comes the boss, since how it's Monday. Okay, off to an early start in the shop here because we have to get the staff underway because we got to get her building materials and everything ready so she can keep working. All right, so we're here and we have to weld the chain back on the pin pull. So you pull that, up it goes. All right, so this was a trademark of the old timers and the cat industry. They usually use rope and stuff like that. That way they can drop sleighs and hook them up quickly. It's just pull the chain or pull the cord, yogi, and that's how they pull the pin. So are these ones here, the twins, Free Fall and Kijiji. This is Free Fall, okay? He came in 2011 too, and he was free. Yes, he was free. He had issues. There was half of taken apart. The fellow lost interest in it, and he was an old cat trained guy himself, so he said to the King of Obsolete, oh, that's me, come and get this cat because I know you'll get it up and running. So Free Fall's gone back together without costing any money. He's had no issues except for his fuel system. Okay, Free Fall's been a good cat because he came in pieces. I remember picking him up and stuff like that. But the old timer had it. He was beyond him. Like, these cats take a lot of labor and work. So he figured giving it to the King of Obsolete, it would be a good thing. So he is a true winter freighting cat. He has the wooden top rollers there. He has the holes in the pads and everything like that. Okay, so we had problems with Kijiji and Free Fall because these IH injection pumps, okay, this is an IH pump, okay, which are known for the plunger under that big nut for sticking. Yeah, they get stuck. So all you do is take this pump apart. There's lots of information on the internet, and you can do it with basically the tools you have and figure it out. Down here, the injection pump, or the pump itself, the transfer pump, leaks the diesel fuel into the oil body of this pump, okay? This injection pump has its own oil system, so you got to drain the diesel fuel out all the time. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little cough. All right. So that's no big wow, because it's okay for my cats because they're winter use only. So we drain the diesel fuel out and we put the fresh oil in. Also too, I always credit IH for knowing there's a problem. If this was a sealed unit or whatever, and you didn't service it or have anything to do with it, why would they put a little flip lid to put the oil in? Okay, it's made to be serviced. IH did that to everything, the farm tractors, everything. It was made to be serviced. Okay, so you didn't have to send it off to a special, how would you say, shop or anything. All right, so according to the notes here on the front, Freefall is timed 1 notch in 2019. That is misinformation from the internet, and we proved it with Kijiji running like crap, and then all of a sudden we changed the timing mark back to the factory setting of 0, and it's a totally different motor. All right, so today we're going to get this stump pan on, and then we got to get Freefall out of the shop and Aggie in. Oh, these lips, I'm suffering today. Okay, it's hard to explain how Freefall got his name Freefall. Okay, when these guys are traveling across the lake and they're pulling sleighs and everything like that, the cat breaks through and down she goes, okay? So that's why none of the cats have canopies or tops or cabs, because when you fall through the ice, you go out the top, and that's why we don't have that, okay? And I fell through a couple of times, no big wow, you just get wet and try and survive. All right. So Freefall being a true winter freighting cat. All right. Okay, this is going to be hard to explain. It's like trying to understand women. Okay. To keep the tracks in line, all right, you have the big spring to give it suspension. Yes, you have to have suspension for the tracks to follow the contour of the ground. So back here, IH has that big beam. That's the track arm. That keeps the track pointing in the right direction, and it flexes up and down too. All right, so it's got to flex up and down, because if this was a solid suspension cat like the red crane cat, it's like riding a teeter-totter. So back here is where the track arms connect, right there, and they're greased and everything like that, and they actually move quite a bit. All right, can you see all that yellow? Or no, that's orange silicone. Okay. And we'll try a talent here to look down at the mirror. You see that big track arm there? Well, that thing broke off and got shoved up into the tub. This tub is like 1.5 inches thick right there, and it smashed the tub in. Okay, so back in the day, the brazed welded, oxyacetylene used brazed, because you got to remember that's all oily and everything like that. So the mechanic or the welder, did the best he could. All right. So when the older fella who had this cat tried to take steering clutches out, which is these things right in here, in this hole here, there's what, releases the power to the track so you can actually turn, okay? They couldn't get it apart. It would not come apart. So that's one of the reasons why he gave up. So then in 2017, we had a work bee. I think we did 7 of these cats, steering clutches, all that kind of stuff. We had a good summer, August, I think it was. And I couldn't get the freaking steering clutches out. And we just did like 4 or 5 of them. We got the tools, we got everything, and we have the beverage. So this piece in here, right there, this big thick arm shoved that casting up. All right. So we couldn't figure out, there's no way in, Mother Nature's earth or whatever, would be able to shove 1.5 inches of casting on the tub up, almost 3/4 of an inch for that steering clutch not to come out. So I ended up using a die grinder, and it took quite a long time because your hands start tingling and vibrating and you got to wait for the air compressor to die grind the casting that was shoved up so we can get the steering clutch out. Okay. So that's how I got the name Freefall. So you try to explain to people, there's no way, if this cat was used in construction, it could drive over rocks and debris and everything like that. There's no way that track arm, okay, that thick arm, okay, you've seen how thick it was, could snap off where it bolts here and shoved up into that tub, or in the tub of the housing or whatever. The only way it would happen is if it free fell out of an airplane and landed on a rock on the ground. So traveling across the ice, and the ice breaks away and you free fall, and you're free falling down to the bottom of the lake, and there's a rock at the bottom of the lake, and that would take and break this trailing track arm and shove it up into that casting. That's the only way Mother Nature or God or the aliens involved would be able to break that casting. So it's 1 in a million. So free fall is a very rare cat to be able to fall that far, break the housing, be recovered, and keep going. So all they did was just, and we welded it up some more back in the summer of 2017, and we put the gasket goo over top to seal it up. Okay, just about coffee time in the kingdom, and free fall's done and he can go outside. I had to drain the fuel tank because this morning when I came in, the drawbar was all wet because the packing was leaking on the original valve there, okay? But that's no big problem. It's called temperature change. It was cold outside. We brought it in. It got warm. Yeah, sitting by the wood stove. So we replaced it with the ball valve. See that? There. Cut and dry, no leaks, everything like that. Also make sure you lock tight the handle nut on or it falls off. So we couldn't figure out why we had no power the other day. So we got the voltmeter out. Yes, the foo-foo thing or whatever, the test light, and power here, but no power here. So it wouldn't transfer to the copper cable. So I buffed it all up, put some never sees on, everything like that. We have power for this week or till we start it and drive it outside. And then over here, okay, we drained the block heater. Yes, that's what that valve is up there. Free fall has some little flakes. They come in the bottom of the engine here, and it goes out and gets stuck in the block heater. So, well, we can't keep flushing the system out and flushing it. So just put a valve up here, turn it off, pop the hose off, and then open that valve. Oops, open the valve. And it'll back feed this way so any flakes come out. So we've done it a couple of times last winter, and we did it today. So we marked it on there. So that's how we're correcting the problem. And over here, the injection pump is timed to 0. We marked a date on it. So I can't believe the misinformation that fellow is spreading on the internet. He cost me a lot of money because I actually sent him parts or injection pumps to be fixed, and they came back worse than when they went. Unreal. All right, let's get this cat out of the shop, and let's see if we can get Aggie into the shop so we can thaw it overnight while we enjoy New Year's Day.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, and Happy New Year's to everybody out there. I had a pretty boring New Year's Eve. I was in bed even before the countdown begun. As you can see, the street lights are still out, and it's almost 9 a.m. It's actually supposed to snow today, so I'm not sure what we'll be doing in the kingdom. Now it's time to head inside and let the dogs out. After breakfast, I'm down in the basement doing the last few touches on the chimney pipe here. My dad said I had to gasket goo around the edge, that way the pipe and everything is nice and secure. The bottom piece here, I had to take it off because it was touching the pipe too much, so I think we'll put like a sheet like this underneath, and then I can gasket glue it all around. Now I'll go outside and do the same thing to that side. Once that's done, after lunch, I'll be going over to the kingdom to find a pipe to fit here, and hopefully either today or tomorrow I'll have my first fire. But it is way too warm out today, so I don't really want to start up the wood stove and keep the house out, and I'll be sweating upstairs, that's for sure. So maybe I'll wait till tomorrow when it snows, because it's supposed to snow. It is way too warm right now, so let's head outside. Forgot to mention, I also moved my water line yesterday. It runs all the way up the side here instead of coming where the chimney pipe goes into the house, because that would get way too warm. I just moved it over a little bit. Since we don't have much to work with, I had to do what I could. And if I need to, I can always move it again, but hopefully I don't have to. Almost 10 a.m. and I got the skidoo out. I'm going to head on over to the kingdom and go drop off some chimney pipes and stuff. That way my dad can cut them out and I can grab them later. And look at this. It is snowing already. When I came out this morning, it wasn't. My dad said it was going to snow, and sure enough, it did. So let's head on over to the kingdom. Just got back from the kingdom. I had to come get the toboggan so I can take back all this water line that I didn't use. And I have to get this sheet cut. That way it can go up above my wood stove. Let's hook up to the toboggan and go back. Almost 11 a.m. and I made it back to the kingdom. While my dad cuts the sheet to fit in the basement, he asked me to clean off Aggie here. That way it can go in the shop once he's done. My dad just finished plasma cutting the chimney pipe here. This is so it overlaps onto this one here, and we can go right into my wood stove. Perfect.
Start mixing.
My dad just finished cutting out the little piece of tin that has to go on the bottom of the pipe that's in the house here, so I can head on back into WHO-ville now. I'm basically done at the Kingdom today. I'm still pretty sick, so I don't really want to do much, but I'll head back, and I think I'm going to lay down a bit. Then after lunch, I'll put this in and fix that as well. I have to wait for my little helper to come back so he can help me put up the tin above the chimney pipe, and hopefully within the next couple days, we'll have a fire going. Made it back from the Kingdom, and I just put the skidoo and toboggan away. Now I'm outside since I still have my winter gear on, and I'm gonna gasket glue all around here like I did on the inside. That way it's nice and sealed. Plus there is enough sand on the bottom and stuff. I don't have to go all the way around. Just have to come down to here and make sure all this is nice and sealed up. Then I can go inside and lay down for a bit because I do not feel good. Got it all sealed up the best I can. I can't really get underneath here because it's full of sand, but I got the top all sealed in, so if water does come down, it won't drip in onto the pipe and ruin all the sand that's in there. We still have to figure out something for the side of the house, but that's not as important right now. Now let's head inside and go down to the basement and finish up. 3 o'clock coffee time, and I'm just heading back down to the basement. As you can see, it's still snowing. It's been coming down pretty good for the last couple hours, on and off. It's nothing too bad yet, but I'm sure by tonight it'll really be snowing. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and head back down to the basement. Just finished in the basement here. I got the gasket glue wrapped around the bottom of the pipe. I will have to do where the tape is. This is just to hold it into place for now, and then I'll gasket glue on the bottom, and I think I'll use some cement bits or whatever you want to call them for the bottom. That way we can completely close them in. This is only temporary, and then once it gets nice and cold, I can have my first fire, because there's no point in having a fire when it's this warm. My house is already too hot. I don't need it any hotter. Now let's head upstairs and do the weather. Almost 5 o'clock, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's -5 degrees Celsius, which is 23 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty warm today. I still don't have the heat on in the house, so I don't want to start up the wood stove yet, but I am prepared to if I have to. I'm sure it'll get cold soon. It's gotten pretty dark already. The sun has gone down. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, edit my videos, and end my day.
Okay, with the steering clutches tied back like that. All right, and then I was using the drawbar of the free fall, to push it in. I had to give it little bunts. It's no different than when it's on a chain. You have to give it little jerks or bunts to get it to turn. Okay, we got the stump pan in, so now this will thaw out by morning and we can begin working on it. All right, let's go see how free fall is doing. Okay, free fall sounding good. Now let's go hook onto the drag, pull some snow around to see if we can make them injectors and that injection pump happy. All right, I'll take the Lily Tomlin mic today, so that way we can have some good sound recordings. Okay, I'm at the rabbit tower and I can't find snow. This is unreal. I went everywhere in the yard where we have trails that we have them drag, and there's no snow, so this isn't making free fall work any hard. You know, we want to set these injectors, but man, is it a different cat with the injection pump set to 0. So it's timed both of the twins to 1 notch down, like that old timer said, or that fellow on the internet said, and I created my own problems, like when I said I do twice. Yes. So now listen to them run. Okay, I'm going to set the tripod camera up at the top of the hill so we can get some little action shot. It probably won't turn out, but it's the thought that counts. All right. Okay, free fall did very well. He's running good. He isn't slobbering, he isn't stuttering or putting or putting or whatever. So that works out good. He even did a throttle response when I climbed that little hill. All other times he would almost die. All right, let's go tidy up the shop, fill the wood stove, and then we can almost call it a day. Okay, we're done for the day, and the fox is in the yard here. Yes, if I walk towards him, he'll stay within distance. So he's here to see the dogs. Yes, see the dogs visiting. All right. As you can tell, I got the wood stove going. I grabbed some wood out of the 41 Chevy 4x4 truck. And over here, the flags. It was pretty windy this morning. They got pretty tangled up. But we had fun dragging. All right. Let's see what we got for a sunset, because we're going to start the new year off by drinking. Yes, we missed New Year's Eve yesterday. Worked late, and then I fell asleep because I'm an old guy. So let's go have some beverage. All right. So everything's going good. I don't even know what time it is. All right. So if I scroll around a bit more, I bet you the fox is still there. Oh, there he is. Big stretch because he's been sitting there too long. All right. Okay. I don't know. He's starting to become part of the family. Even the dogs aren't excited anymore. All right. Well, I better go. Talk to you guys later.